Hey, you guys, it's your girl Tina Wolf, bookwithtina.com. I love hard. I love hard. I love hard. You know what I'm saying? I love hard. I used to be a person that adopted this particular phrase, I love hard. And while I was just cruising in these streets, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the different people that have said this phrase and how they've said it. And sometimes, they're very passionate about loving hard and putting extra emphasis on I'm loving hard. I had to go through my process of trying to change the energy on the word hard for myself. So whenever I do that, I do my own personal research by looking up several different definitions, be it Google, be it Webster, be it Macmillan, whatever the different definitions are. And then I also go and I will go onto YouTube and I will type in the psychology of, and then I'll put hard, right? And so after doing this set research on my own, because I like to come up with definitions that I can relate to and I can resonate with, right? So the definition I came up with of hard is I have not yet obtained the skill. And the reason why I chose that particular definition is because it's not saying that it's impossible. It's just saying that I haven't yet obtained the skill. So now when I hear people saying, I love hard, I love hard, and they say it with passion, what I hear is, I have not yet obtained the skill on how to love, or I have not yet obtained the skill yet on how to love this individual. So I am going to continue to push with passion until I figure that out. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But it can be if you are sacrificing your happiness. And I think some people have taken this term, I love hard, and flipped it into, let me sacrifice my happiness. Another thing that people have flipped it into, and I've been guilty of doing this as well, I am going to tolerate as much BS as I can from this person and do whatever I can to try to convince this person to change and or see things my way so that I can easily love them and so that they can also easily love me. And there's a formula to that. And the formula is, let me sacrifice my happiness. And maybe if I do more for this person, the more I do for this person, maybe they will say, even though I don't like doing this, I'm going to go ahead and change for you and do this for you. But that's not always a good plan, right? That's creating an expectation, right? Creating a belief that something is going to happen in the future. And you have done this on your own, the word that's coming to mind is your own recognizance, and you have not, discussed said plan with the person. You've just created in your mind, you've created this expectation of what's going to happen. And when it doesn't happen, now you feel like you failed. Now you feel like you haven't done something right, or what is it I keep doing wrong, or what's wrong with me, right? You start coming up with stuff like that. What can I do? What should I have said? What was it that I didn't say? What should I have said? And you start going through all of these and replaying over and over. And why won't this person do this? I've done and been all of that. I've worked through a lot of that. I would say if I had to give myself a percentage on creating expectations in this type of scenario, when we're talking about I love hard, I'm probably about 90 to 95% I don't do that process no more. I don't do that process no more. Maybe 5 to 10% I might, but after I don't do that no more. I've realized that it is not my job to convince somebody else to love me. It's not my job to convince somebody else on how to love me. And if you think loving me is hard, meaning you have not yet obtained the skill to be able to love me, and you're not making certain efforts by communicating to me why loving me is hard, then I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time trying to figure out why you can't figure it out and why I can't figure it out and why this isn't working. I'm just going to take a step back and I'm going to say, okay, well, what position do I want you to be in my life? Since we can't figure out this particular avenue, let's figure out where we can benefit each other in our lives together. What position do we need to be playing with each other? Do I just need you to be my friend? Do I need you to be my romantic lover? Do I need you to be my business partner? Do I need you to be family for me? Like, what category am I putting you in, and where do I need to be? Do you need to be my eating buddy, but then we don't go watch movies together, or I watch movies with you but we don't talk, psychology, which Tina loves talking? I mean, what is it do I do with you that can make us both happy? That's the position and the place of peace, of where I'm at. And when I don't get that, or when I can't get get into that particular space with someone, I step back, because I used to be the person that's like, man, I love hard, I'm gonna keep going, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna convince you that it's, it's my job to convince you that I'm worth changing for. And so now what I have discovered is, it's not that I'm not worth the person changing. It's not that. It's that I'm going to accept the person in the space of where they're at. And if they're confused by my choice to accept them in the space that they're in, and they're wondering why I'm not going hard, anymore, is because what I have figured out is that we are no longer compatible when it comes to this particular topic or this particular area in life. And sometimes when you get to that part, like I learned from my best friend, rest in peace, like I learned from her, sometimes even if you have the best of intentions for each other and you have a great love for each other, sometimes you can reach points in your dynamic that is no longer in season. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't ever come back and be in season with each other again, because like in the example of my best friend and I, that's what happened. We were cool, we was like this, and then we both came to a point where the seasons were not the same. So our friendship divided, and years later we reconnected. And when we reconnected, our friendship was stronger than ever until she passed. Now, realize again, if you are one of these people that are saying, I love hard, I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to say that. But when you say that you are loving hard, what I would like for you to do is be able to explain it to the person that you are loving hard, and ask them if that definition is in alignment with what you all are trying to create. So there's not this expectation of something else going on without their consent, because this is where I'm finding we get in the biggest trouble, the most trouble. Now, if you need help with that, figuring that out, there's one or two ways you can do that to where I can help you. All right. One, you can go to my website, bookwithtina.com, and book a let go session. and we can talk about it and create solutions together, right? Or if you just need a little help, like figuring out where some of this stuff is coming from, then you can get my intuitive guidance reading, and I can help you with that way. All right. Some people like, Tina, I need a combination of both. If you need a combination of both, you can go to Where Do I Start? And we will create a whole program for you. Okay. And you can book that on my website, bookwithtina.com. I love you guys. Think about your definitions of hard today. Share this video, like this video, and really do your homework, guys. Teacher, students, really do your homework. What does I love hard mean to you? And please leave it in the comments, okay? I love you guys. Y'all be great, be fantastic, be authentic, be amazing, and most importantly, remember to be you, okay? Be you. Be your handsome self, be your beautiful self, just be you, okay? Remember to compliment at least 10 people a day, because you never know whose life you can change, you never know whose vibration you can raise up, and you never know what door of opportunity you can open up by simply paying a compliment. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye.